Alright all, alright all, hi all, hi all, hi all, and welcome back to a new video. Min for the Ryanair 12, and it is Envoy Alain. You could give me 1,000 to 1 on my bite and I wouldn't back him. Chacun pour soi will win in the Ladbroke Stubborn Chase. I was all over him at Christmas, and David Splain thought he was riding Duvan, I think. Those are one of the ones you're there going, oh jeez. And it is Classical Dream, please shoot me. Faheen the Machine. Hi all, and welcome back to a new video previewing the start of the flat season proper with the opening card of the season at Naas Racecourse. I'm here on the Sunday night, having just watched all the racing from Downpatrick, where we had a bit more success again today. I suppose in theory we had 2 winners, but you can't really call Ballyadam a winner, so let's not, because he went off 1 to 5, 1 to 6. The very man was my nap of the day. He drifted to 9 to 4 and won very well. And also we got some good each way money. Both Amelino, I thought we were in Clover there, placed at 20 to 1, came second. And some firms paid out 5 places for Blue Empyrean's race, and if you were on one of those firms, you would have gotten a payout at 25 to 1. He went in some places. Both of them ran very well for Keith Watson. So yeah, no, I got another solid enough day, some good each way money, nap going in, happy days. Moving on to Naas. Firstly, I want to just preface this video by saying that when it comes to just flat racing, like, I don't call myself any type of good tipster or anything like that. I've a solid enough handle on jump racing form in Ireland. I could be solid enough. Flat racing's a completely different kettle of fish, so I just don't know as much as I do about jump racing. So I would just say that I just want to make that clear, that just if the flat racing tips aren't as good as the jump racing tips, there kind of is a reason for it. If you want to back the tips, of course, go on and back them. But maybe, especially tomorrow, when you get these early season flat meetings in Ireland, it's the definition of small stakes stuff, really, because anything can happen. You've got O'Brien, I think, with 4 or 5 favourites tomorrow. I'd say only 1 or 2 will win, and I couldn't tell you which ones will. Some of them will bomb, some of them will be ready. It's so hard to know. But anyway, quickly going through some of them. 2 o'clock is the opening Maiden 5 furlong race. O'Brien is an odds-on favourite. I'm going to take him on. It's heavy ground tomorrow at Naas. I'm going to take him on. And certain trainers have a decent knack of having having early season 2-year-olds ready in Ireland. The likes of Brendan Duke has won this race in 2018 with Pride of Pimlico and was second in the race last year. He's got a horse in here at 14s. But I'd be siding with Mick Mulvaney's horse in this, the Blue Panther, at 12 to 1. He's an each way price. He's a half-brother to 6 winners. His sire, Bertino, is turning out to be an all-right sire at that as well. And mostly it's just on the basis that Mick Mulvaney has had success before with early season 2-year-olds. He knows what it takes. They're in familiar colours for his early season 2-year-olds. I'm sure this is the one that's been probably working the best the last couple of weeks, and they've decided to take their chance with him. As I say, 12 to 1, it's not a bad each way price in a 3-place race. The 2:30, a 6 furlong Maiden. I'd be siding again against the O'Brien horse at the top of the market with a horse called Grizzly for Jessica Harrington. Jessica Harrington had a brilliant season last year with 2-year-olds. This was one of the 2-year-olds that didn't win, but ran a lovely race, went 4th behind Precious Moments, and a horse that I quite like called My Friend Stan of Mick O'Callaghan's. He's 7 to 1 in here. He's been gelded since that run last time out, and he's got a first time tongue tie today, indicating maybe the breathing wasn't quite right first time round. And I think, given he's got a bit of proven form on the ground, I'd be willing to take this 7 to 1. Again, not a bad each way price. You'll find that a lot of these runners I'm putting up today are at that kind of each way type of price, or certainly some of them, so do take of that what you will. The 3 o'clock, a very tricky handicap here. A horse that I'm going to put up here is a horse called Tresorier. I don't know whether that's particularly how you pronounce it, but he's 15 to 2. He's in here off a mark of 76. And Mark Enright takes the ride, which is interesting. Mark Enright, obviously well known for his exploits over jump racing, but he's taking a ride on the flat here of 8 stone 11. Now, Mark Enright's a small enough lad, maybe he can do the 8:11 comfy, but it's an interesting jockey booking nonetheless. At the end of last season, he was third at the Curragh and second at Leopardstown over 6 furlongs and 7 furlongs. He's good versatility-wise, he's good on the ground. He hasn't won for a while, that's my only issue with him, and that's why I would back him each way. But I can see him running in to the frame. I think I'd say a lot of bookies could well go 4 places on that race. The 3:30, the Madrid Handicap, a very difficult race, always is. And another O'Brien favourite, that I'm taking on with a horse called Loosedown Baba, who's 6-1 with Coral at the moment. Coral seems to be the outlier on that. Generally 4-1 and 9-2, so maybe get that 6-1 pronto. He's running off a mark at 84 here, but £5 claimer puts it down to 79. Nathan Cross taking off 5, a good rider, good young rider, I should say, in the Irish flat team, I suppose. This horse won the foreign auction final last year over course and distance. Won it very well. That was off a mark of 79. Then went on and finished third in another high quality nursery at the end of the last year, off 84. But now he's back to a mark of 79 with this claim. He's running off 84 with the claim. He's got form on the ground, course and distance winner, an awful lot to like in my eyes. 6-1's not a bad price. 4 o'clock is the Devoy Stakes, and it sees the return of Sir Dragonet here, or Sir Dragonet, depending on which way you want to pronounce it. He's 8-11 or 4-6 with a lot of bookmakers, and he's the one O'Brien horse that I would put up. I'm going to have a tentative prod at him. I wouldn't be going fully in to the well on him at that type of price, but he's by far the best horse in this race. A very unlucky 4th in the Derby last year alongside the likes of Anthony Van Dyke, Japan. A good run that time out. He was a brilliant winner of the Chester Vase early last season as well. And if he's anyway revved up for this race, he has to win it. And that's the reason I'd be putting him forward. The 4:30, the Park Express Stakes, Group 3, the last race is the Maiden, sees the return of a really highly regarded Ger Lyons filly in the shape of Even So. A horse they have for the Magniers, and they wouldn't have that many horses with the Magniers, obviously. More so, they would represent themselves with Aidan O'Brien. But this was a really taking winner of a Goran Maiden on soft ground at the end of last year. And my main issue with her market rival, Blissful's got much better form in the book. But she's never run on any type of soft ground, and it's proper heavy tomorrow. And that would really temper my enthusiasm with her. Even So is 2-1 generally available, and that's one that I would be taking. And 5 o'clock, the concluding Maiden, again going to be siding here with Ger Lyons. Hopefully him and Colin Keane can have an end of race double. The horse called Loch Cutra here at 7-2. He was second to a Jim Bulger horse called 10-Year Ticket at the end of last year. Again, on this type of ground. He kept on very well that day over 7 furlongs. This is up to a mile. The trip surely needs to suit. Given the way he finished off that race, and 7-2 seems a decent price. One that I would also give you for that race, if you have literally a 50 cent each way bet, a euro each way bet, is on a horse called Cool As Ever. I have no idea what to make of him. He's 150-1, son of No Name Ever. Trained by Brendan Murphy. Now, I've gotten not a bit of scoop, I suppose, because a lot of trainers obviously would big up their horses, but Brendan Murphy apparently really quite likes this horse and thinks that the heavy ground will suit this horse. It's an interesting thing. Again, in a race where you probably get 4 places, is it worth €1 each way at 150-1? Probably, because if it does go in and we all win 160 quid, that'll be absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did so, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel down below as we continue on these daily previews. Some of my selections hopefully will be somewhere on the screen right now, as I've been trying to do the last few episodes to give you a clear-cut view of them by the end of the video. And until next time, where I'll be back with you around this time tomorrow, I hope you land a few at Naas tomorrow. We all have our fingers crossed. It's going to be tricky, but let's try and find a couple of winners. And best of luck to you, and I'll see you then. Cheers.